You know, the world could always use more heroes.
At least Overwatch could. I mean, Tracer didn't say that part, but she probably should have. How's it going, everybody? Force here, and today I want to talk about heroes in Overwatch. Currently, we're sitting at 22 heroes, soon to be 23, but is it enough? Well, I think that question depends on what you're looking for from Overwatch and what you want Overwatch to be. For me, I think that the game could use a lot more heroes, if I'm being honest, and I think that adding more heroes, well, you could first look at that and say, listen, Force, they're already having a hard enough time balancing Overwatch. They're doing some crazy changes in the PTR. What makes you think adding new heroes would be a good thing? I'll agree with you that adding more variables into the mix of team compositions and hero encounters does make things messier. But on the flip side, it also helps to alleviate this problem that we seem to be having of these must-pick heroes and Blizzard feeling the need, being pressured into nerfing them. Part of the reason why we're dealing with a lot of nerfs and buffs is because there are heroes in this game that fill a certain role that no one else comes even close to touching. For that reason, they will continue to stay must picks unless Blizzard implements and adds new heroes that do similar things. And we're not talking about just adding heroes that do the exact same thing as a hero that already exists, but that cover roles, that fill certain aspects of the game. Here's our first great example, Lucio. Lucio has been a must-pick hero since the game launched in its alpha and beta state. And why is that? Well, he fills two crucial roles that no one else in the game consistently does or does at his level. The first is AoE healing, and then the biggest thing of all is his speed boost. Frequently usable entire team AoE speed boost. That is a very, very big deal. And because no one else in this game does it, Lucio isn't going away. They've nerfed Lucio's speed. They are on the PTR at the moment nerfing Lucio's AoE heal. It doesn't matter. They can continue to nerf it. As long as he is the only hero who does both those things, his kit is just too strong to not have him. It's too valuable. This doesn't mean that we should have another hero that also AoE heals and also does an AoE speed boost, but someone who does one or the other to a similar degree. Maybe there's another hero, say he's like a melee tank, okay? And when he does damage, he leeches that damage from them and amplifies it to AoE heal his teammates around him. Say we've got this like oppressive style hero who in an area around him, he slows down the enemy team. It's like a reversal of what Lucio does. And I'm just spitballing ideas here. I'm not sitting with a whiteboard being like, these are the perfectly designed balance decisions. No, of course not. Like these are just ideas off the top of my head, but the point is, you have a hero like Lucio. Frankly, it doesn't matter how much Blizzard nerfs him, unless they completely remove one of the aspects of his kit, he's going to remain a must pick until we get a replacement hero, someone that fills a similar role. Another great example is Reinhardt. Reinhardt is a must pick, less so than Lucio, because Reinhardt is seen less often on King of the Hill maps, but any of the payload maps, any of the assault maps, attack or defense, if you do not have Reinhardt on your team and the opposing team does, you are at a severe disadvantage. Why is that? Well, because Reinhardt provides consistent, reliable protection to your team, allowing you to walk through choke points without the enemy getting a pick on you, allowing your DPS to return fire without taking incoming fire. It also is a method of stopping ultimates from doing anything. Think about the number of ultimates that Reinhardt can stop by just raising his damn shield. He is a crucial role in many matches in pretty much every composition. He's just too good. He is the only pure tank in this game at the moment. The closest secondary that we have to him is D.Va with her defense matrix, but the rest of her kit revolves around her being close and harassing to the enemy. She in many ways plays more like Winston than she does like Reinhardt. She'd rather be kind of flanking, harassing the enemy and trying to pick off key targets than walking in front of your team, pushing with a payload like Reinhardt does. So nobody really fills the Reinhardt role besides him. Nobody really fills the Lucio role besides him. And this is the reason we have these must-pick heroes. More heroes with overlapping roles and overlapping similar skills will add to a greater variety, that larger pool. Like, hey, we could use speed boost, but maybe we don't need the AoE heal. So we're gonna take this new hero who speed boosts our team, but doesn't have have the AoE heal like Lucio, and then we can get our healing through another method. Or we need a frontline character that can reliably protect our DPS. Maybe there's this new hero who can put little fucking bubbles on everybody that allows them to deal damage without receiving damage for X amount of seconds, and that's a skill on like a 10 or 15 second cooldown. I don't know. I'm just spitballing ideas. The main point is, bigger pool of heroes leads to more overlapping skills, which means leads to more overlapping roles, which reduces the number of these must-pick heroes because they're the only ones who do this certain thing, and that certain thing is considered crucial in the current meta. And then there's just also the simple fact that adding heroes will just shake things up in general. It'll keep the game fresh and interesting. Look at games like League of Legends or Dota 2. They have this similar idea of releasing heroes on a semi-regular basis and it mixing things up and providing a kind of a new fresh take on the meta. Now, admittedly, I don't follow either of those scenes terribly close, but that, from what I understand, from what people have told me and from the research I've done, that is the case. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. As with anything, it will get stale over time. If Overwatch wants to maintain the interest of the masses for a long period of time, they have to keep it fresh. I think new heroes is the way to go. It would take away this desire from Blizzard to consistently be nerfing these must-pick heroes, because I think it would remove the notion of must-pick heroes if we ended up getting these overlapping roles, these overlapping abilities that would sort of substitute for some of these heroes that we have today. If you don't pick them, you're at a disadvantage against a team who does. Reinhardt, Lucio, nowadays McCree, Zarya. There's basically 4 out of the 6 heroes that you need to pick. Lucio because of his speed boost and AoE heals, Reinhardt because of how good his shield is and all of the variety of things that it gives your team the benefit of, McCree because he is the best all-around consistent burst DPS, and Zarya because she is one of the only heroes in this game that has anti-crowd control abilities with her bubbles. Heroes that replace some or all of their kits or provide alternatives to some of all of their kits will make them less necessary, less must pick. All right, everybody, that's gonna do it for me here today as we talk about why Overwatch needs more heroes, why I think Blizzard should do it, and what effect that I believe it would have on the game. As always, just my opinion. Love to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. All right, everybody, that's gonna do it for me here today. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Have a great afternoon, and until next time, I'll see you later.